The arena's thermal vents hissed with anticipation as I adjusted my observation membrane, trying to process what I was witnessing. My name is Vekresh, Senior Combat Analyst for the Galactic Unified Sparring Commission, and in 300 cycles of documenting interspecies combat, I had never seen anything quite this absurd. "He's going to die," my assistant Thrummel whispered beside me, his antenna drooping with something between pity and morbid curiosity. "That human doesn't even look concerned." The human in question, a lean specimen named Marcus Webb, stood in the prep circle with his hands loosely at his sides, rolling his neck in small circles like he was preparing for a nap rather than facing Gormath the Unbroken. Gormath, for those unfamiliar with arena legends, was a Korthian heavy-class fighter who stood 9 feet tall, possessed 4 arms thick as cargo pylons, and had never, not once in 743 matches, been struck before landing his own first blow. Never. The betting pools had closed minutes ago with odds so lopsided they were practically vertical. Every sentient being with credits to spare had wagered on Gormath winning within the first 30 seconds. The only question wasn't if the human would lose, but rather how many pieces he'd be in when medical services scraped him off the arena floor. I'd watched the pre-fight briefings. Marcus Webb was relatively new to the circuit, only 15 matches under his belt, all victories. But against what? A Plexian scholar who fought like he was underwater? 2 Vendorian merchants who clearly had no business in combat sports? A retired Quellan administrator whose best move was running in circles? Nothing, absolutely nothing, that would prepare him for Gormath. Ladies, gentlemen, and honored beings of all classifications. The announcer's voice boomed across the arena, translated instantly into 6,000 languages. Tonight we witness a matchup that defies conventional wisdom. In the red corner, standing at 2.7 meters and weighing 400 kilograms, the undisputed champion of first strike dominance, the mountain that walks, the fist that ends all questions, Gormath, the Unbroken. The crowd erupted. Gormath raised all 4 arms, his chitinous plates gleaming under the arena lights. His mandibles clicked in what passed for a smile among his species. Confidence radiated from him like heat from a fusion core. And in the blue corner, the announcer's voice carried a note of uncertainty that probably wasn't supposed to be there. Standing at 1.8 meters, weighing 79 kilograms, the human who somehow convinced our screening committee he belonged here, Marcus Webb. The applause was polite, sympathetic even, the kind of noise you make when someone's about to embarrass themselves and you want them to know you appreciate their courage, however misguided. Marcus did something strange then. He smiled. Not a nervous smile or a brave face smile. A genuine, relaxed smile, like someone had just told him a decent joke. Then he began bouncing lightly on his feet, loose and easy, his hands coming up in a guard position that looked deceptively casual. "The human stance is all wrong," Thrummel muttered, making notes on his datapad. "His center of gravity is too high. His guard is too narrow. He's leaving his entire torso exposed." I didn't respond. Something about the way Marcus moved was bothering me. There was a quality to it, a flowing readiness that my analytical training recognized even if my conscious mind hadn't caught up yet. The referee, a Glamorian with enough sensory organs to track a supernova, positioned himself carefully between the fighters. "Standard arena rules apply. No lethal techniques. No permanent maiming. Medical nanites are active and monitoring. Do both fighters understand?" Gormath grunted his assent, a sound like boulders grinding together. Marcus just nodded, still bouncing, still smiling. Then let the match begin. The referee's activation field dropped, and what happened next would be analyzed, disputed, reanalyzed, and debated in combat academies for the next century. Gormath exploded forward with the kind of speed that shouldn't be possible for something his size. His upper right fist came hammering down in his signature opening move, the descending mountain, a blow that had ended more fights in the first second than any other technique in recorded arena history. Marcus wasn't there. That's the only way to describe it. 1 microsecond he was standing in striking range, and the next he'd shifted his entire body maybe 6 inches to the left. And Gormath's devastating punch split empty air where the human's head had been. But Marcus was already moving. Watch the full video on my Spotify channel. Click the link in the description below.